So what you should find is after the camera has been solved, it'll take a good few minutes for After Effects to kind of do its thing. Select a series of points here. I'm just going to click here where it says create camera. There we go, it's created a 3D camera just down here. And then what I'm going to do is click on this selection of points and just create a 3D solid. So what we should have, let's just take caps lock off, a 3D plane that's tracked within 3D space. I'm going to select this little tracker node just attached to this bit of footage. And I'm just going to scrub through the timeline, and I'm just going to grab another region of track points here. Let's just click, create new solid, and then let's just keep adding a number of solids throughout this shot. So let's just maybe add one sort of here, maybe grab a bigger selection, right click, solid. There are other 3D tracking bits of software that can do this job infinitely better than After Effects, but if you're stuck and the only tool available to you is After Effects, then this is your only alternative really. So what I'm going to do is select this and then create another solid. So I've got a few different objects that I want to be taken through. I'm just going to shuffle this up a little bit. So if I scrub through the timeline, I should have a couple of solids throughout the shot and a 3D camera. So the next thing I need to do is I need to activate the extension of this dynamic live bridge so that we can send this information over to Maya. And to do that, let's just go up to Window, drop down to Extensions, Autodesk Maya Live Link. So what you should get is a little window pop up here. It says not connected. What you need to do is fire up Maya and then go to File within Maya and Adobe After Effects Live Link. And then what you should get is this little connected video playback. There's a little kind of loading sort of sequence there. Let's see if it's gonna. Let's see. Let's just get rid of this. We don't actually need that. Right. So let's go back to After Effects. Oh, interesting. This is now red. This shouldn't be red. This should be green. So this is saying connected. So let's just grab these elements and let's just drop them into this little plus, and you should get a little tick. There we go, a little tick just there. Let's go back to Maya, and there we go. We've got our camera in the scene. So we've got our 3D solve in here. One thing we need to do is as well, let's just quickly do that. Remember the first thing I mentioned in the first video, it was making sure that the frame rate all matched up. So 29.97 frames a second. Footage again, 29.97 frames a second. Let's make sure that Maya is set up for 29.97 frames a second, and it currently isn't. It's 24 frames a second. So just scrub down here, 29.9. There we go. And let's just double check the number of frames. So this goes from 0 to 1818. So let's go into Maya, just type in 1818 and it'll just extend that out. Let's just drag this along, type in 0 and 0. So this is our start frame and our end frame. So let's just go to Windows Outliner, and we should have 3 solid objects that we can just scale up, and this is our positional space of this solve. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we need to sort of see whether these line up accurately enough. So if we go to View within this camera view, let's go View, Image Plane, Import Image, and I've already exported this sequence as an image sequence. So let's just scroll right the way to frame 0, grab frame 0, go to Open, and you should see it frame 0. It's just sort of static. Go back down to Image Planes, Image Plane Attributes, and then into the Attributes, and then we just need to turn on Use Image Sequence. So when we scrub through the timeline, it'll all link up. So there we go. That's how you basically take that footage. The one thing that's a little bit frustrating with this workflow is it's a little bit fiddly to then, you could group everything and then sort of reorient all of these elements and the camera within this group, but you seem to get a little bit of, yeah, it doesn't kind of work as accurately as you would hope. It's just something that I've found, but if anybody else finds a suggestion for altering that, yeah. But, I mean, this will give you enough information because you could effectively just stick your object to this space. This is an accurate enough solve for the space. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the next video that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a video together of how to set this up, the correct structure that you need to be dropping these plugins into. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.